You can see.
Hey, it's your girl Ange Wright.
Hey, it's Crystal, aka Khadija.
Yeah, we are both in the building. Well, in the house, but you already know y'all in the topic house. So it is what it is. And again, the violence and feeling is off the chain. I don't even know what to say, how to describe it. It's just really off the chain. And then PNB Rock, like that shooting was in LA, but it's still, it's like it's sweeping the nation. These guns are really driving me crazy. Correct. How do you feel about the violence?
Absolutely. It's not the guns though, it's people that kill. And
I'm gonna call you right back because I'm doing
we
my
have
show.
to deal with this mental illness. We have to deal with having more value with things than life. This is ridiculous. Where
I'll
people
call you right back. I'm doing my radio show.
we live, so hey, I shouldn't be eating and talking anyway. So
I love eating. You already know how I feel about fruit. I'm gonna eat my
I know,
fruit.
but I just had it on live air blending. But anyway,
For real? Oh my
so
God, she
you
had a
gotta just
one-line
keep
ear
it,
blender.
you gotta just keep it moving.
I don't think I'm
So-
in this. Oh, I was leaning out. Maybe that's why.
So it's a few things. We
Mhm.
really have to value life over things. Whoever those people were who tried to rob him, they could have said, hey, do you mind? Can I have 15 minutes of your time? Can you put me down? Can you educate me how to get some money? Can you help me? But no, they wanted to rob him. And the other thing is, why do everybody have to know all your business? Who takes a picture and then gives somebody exactly the address where they are when you know you're sitting next to someone that may be wearing $1 million worth of jewelry?
Correct.
I just thought that was ridiculous, first of all. And I'll reserve further thoughts about it, but it's very sad. You know, he's a young man. I believe he has one child now.
Yes,
That's devastating. You know, his family, you know, it's probably a lot of people in his family eating off of him, who were eating off of him. And not off of him, but he is a blessing.
Helping out.
He's helping other people and being a blessing to other people. And now we have another child out here with no father. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we really have to get it together. We really do. And it in my opinion, it all started, and I'm Muslim, but I think it all started when we took prayer out of school. Even if one person believe in this and another person believe in that, just to stop and pause for a minute to believe in something greater than yourself in itself gave people reflection. It gave people pause.
Right.
And they were able to, at least for a moment, think outside of themselves, because we want to be accountable.
Right.
Whether you believe we're going to be accountable or not, we're going to be accountable. Whether you call it karma, whether you call it the afterlife, the hereafter, you know, whatever, we're going to be accountable. And it's sad, it's devastating. I was like, oh man, like, I don't even know the guy personally, and I was saddened by that.
Right.
It's devastating.
And I feel like when people are trying to do the right thing, you have so many other people with negative vibes for you. But again, these guns, like if they didn't exist like this, or they weren't so easy to get a hold of, then the people behind the guns, because it's not, all right, I was arguing with somebody about this. It's not the guns, because the guns cannot shoot themselves.
Right.
It's the people behind the trigger.
Exactly.
So basically, however, whatever anger issues they're going through, they're it seems like they're bringing that negative energy.
It's misplaced anger.
Right.
So deal with your issues, get help, you know, volunteer. If you don't have all the credentials and criteria and all the things to get a certain job or whatever, sometimes you can volunteer.
Correct.
And then they will hire you when they see your value.
Right.
And it's other ways to get at a bag. It's other ways to, make money, because you go to sell that jewelry, or you holding on to a custom made piece that somebody got a picture knowing it belonged to him.
Correct.
And now they come in and kill you for it. Like, it's just so many ramifications outside of you just getting an item, a new
Right.
piece of jewelry, or a couple dollars to buy yourself sneakers or whatever it is that you're trying to buy
Right.
yourself.
It's like whatever goal you're trying to attain by actually reckon somebody else's life and reckon a whole like family,
Through
friends, and everything
destruction,
else
right.
through negativity,
Mhm.
you could just as easily go out and work for yours.
Yeah.
You know, or panhandle, you know what I mean, if you don't have no money, or just ask somebody. But my thing is, it's never an excuse to take a life. There just isn't.
Listen, it's
There
so many creative ways to get a bag. What I do appreciate about this generation is that I've never seen this vigor and energy. I mean, probably had a lot to do with PUA too. Like, listen, we got some extra dollars and people are waking up and they are saying, I want to do something different. I want to change my generation. I want to travel now.
Right.
I want to finally get that business, you know. But there are so many ways to just, I remember Queen Latifah was doing something one time and people were writing, I forgot what the issue was, but it was on social media. I don't really do tweet too much, but something pop up on my across my Google or something, and I just noticed it. And this was years ago, and Queen Latifah was like, create, just create,
Right.
create a lane.
Right.
You know, you can create a lane. There's so many people out here that's doing things that's, you're like, golly, it's so simple. I wish I would have thought of that. Something real simple, like somebody got those little plastic rubber things that you cover up with the remote controls.
Yes.
You know, the remote controls always sliding out your hand and things like that. Just simple stuff, you know, but you know, people are making money giving advice. People are making money as consultants and things like that, exercising virtually. One girl cooking out of her house, and I'm sorry, I might be a little ignorant, I don't know, but one girl cooking out of her house and she's delivering the food that she cooked out of her house with Grubhub and all of that. I didn't know that you didn't have to have, I mean, maybe she has an LLC and all of that.
You have to have your license.
I thought so too, but from what I understand, this girl's just cooking some grub in her crib and she's having it delivered through these delivery services. I'm like, well, God,
so there are a lot of ways
so
to make money. You know, get creative and get the bag, but don't take someone's life for the bag. Like, it's only money, you know. And it's true, the love of money is very evil.
Well, this
we
is
needed
spiritual...
to make it, but
yeah. I mean,
and it's like I was at a church on Sunday. It's I know it's a something life church, whatever, ALC, but I just feel like the Pastor Vince was talking about, you know, we're in a spiritual warfare. No matter what religion you're in, we are in a spiritual warfare. And I find that to be very true. I believe that we are in a spiritual warfare, and your choices are going to reflect the consequences that you reap or sow. It's the bottom line. Like, if you're not an honest person, you're going to notice, you know, God, whoever you believe in or whatever you believe in spiritually, you're going to end up with that bridge to cross. And no matter what you do, so you can honor God or honor Allah or honor whatever religion you're in, but the true purpose of life is just being able to live together and be warm to people and love people and let them understand that love still exists in this world. Not everybody is about money. Some people are truly about helping people. They help people, they give events, they do different things, they give free events, they collect for other people. I know I'm a person, Al Black, he goes in Center City and feeds the homeless like crazy. Like the vets, the people laying there. He don't care who you are. He will feed you. When he goes out to feed, that's what he does. And no one can stop him. That is part of his purpose. He knows that. So he's never trying to swindle people for money or anything. That man truly works for the bag to give back. But again, spiritual warfare and purpose, he knows his purpose. So that's why he does it. And that's why a lot of people support what he does. So basically, if you know your purpose, you're not out here doing crazy things or robbing people to give somebody else the bag. You're working or you're honoring whichever spiritual path you take to give back the way that you're supposed to, and not continuously hurting people. And when we talk about a spiritual warfare, there are demons and there are angels. There are good spirits and there are bad spirits. I don't care what anybody says. I know that I truly know that it exists. I'm a good spirit. I'm not gonna lie. I know that I'm a good spirit. I'm a giver. I honor God. I trust people. And then sometimes I don't trust people. I follow my instinct of, what's in my spirit. If you're negative energy, I try to get away from you. But don't get me wrong, we all fall short. None of us are perfect. So if you catch me on a bad day, I may not be that perfect person. If you catch me during like an incident that occurred between us or whatever, it may not be magic again for a minute. But the bottom line is, it's not that I want to be mean or the other person wants to be mean. It's about the negative energy that we allow to set in our minds and in our hearts sometimes. And spiritually, that's not right. When you wake up the next day, just like God gives us a new chance on that day to get it right, it's the same with people. We should forgive, let go, and keep it moving. Bottom line, that's it.
Yeah, definitely. It's always been a spiritual warfare. This is why we have a choice. And the thing of it is, don't let those evil spirits live there.
Right.
Let it keep on walking. Might not walk in the front door, let it walk out the back door, but you got to get out of here.
Right.
Don't let it sit and permeate.
You got to get out of here.
Get out of here. Don't let it sit and permeate. We have to evolve, and we have to value other things beyond, these material possessions. It's nice, we all want to look nice and have nice things and enjoy the comforts of life and things like that.
Right.
But it's evil to say, I want what you have and I deserve it more than you.
Earn it. Right.
Yeah, that's evilness. Now, if you say, "Oh, those some nice shoes, girl, where you get them shoes from? I want some shoes too," because we all, they made more than one pair.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna wear mine on Monday, girl, and you wear yours on Wednesday or something like that. But
Friday,
these shoes,
yeah.
okay. But
we ain't gonna wear them shoes together.
Okay,
right?
We all can look nice. We all can want the same things. Everybody want to enjoy, resources, living in a nice home, eating well, and things like that. But it's evil to feel that you want to take something from somebody else, like you deserve it more than them. You want to take their things or the things that the Creator blessed them with, that they were blessed with. In one form or other, however you want to choose to view it, but this belongs to that person, and you think you deserve to just take it?
No,
that's
don't work like that, and it should never work like that. People want to live, go to work, come home. They sacrifice for theirs. And here's another thing: happiness. You can't buy it. So even when you take somebody else's stuff, you're still not going to be happy. You know why? Because the choice that you made is never going to make you feel happy and proud about whatever. Say you stole $2,000 and you go out and buy a big TV with it. Every time you watch that TV,
it's a reminder that you stole $2,000 to get that TV.
To get that TV. So how you really feeling? How you feeling? You got to feel like shiz, and I feel like that when you steal from anybody. I feel like you got to feel.
That's their conscious.
Right. Well, should be, but some people don't have it. A lot of people do not have a conscience.
Well, I guess they suppress it.
Yeah,
but
basically,
they suppress it. But I'm sure that God, you're a human being and made of spirit.
What's funny? Now I'm not going to say upset, but when people are supposed to be close to you and stuff,
my kid always stalking me.
Okay, yeah, I get frustrated a little bit when I'm dealing with people and they do things to me that I can't control. But then I just said the key word: I can't control. I cannot control another person's actions. I can't control what they choose to do or don't do. You can't control how people treat you, but you can forgive and move on. But if that's what you're going to do, you've got to do what you got to do. But again, because I know I do it. When I can't control the situation, I get a little upset, but then I turn around and say, you know what, Ange, you can't control this. So you know what I do? I pray about it. I pray about the person involved. I pray about myself, and I pray for forgiveness for whatever I did that I might have hurt them or said, because sometimes when we get angry, we say things out of anger that you truly don't mean, but say it out of anger anyway. And I'm good for that sometimes. I own that depending on the situation.
Oh,
But
yeah,
it
yeah.
hurts my feelings sometimes because I feel like if you're a true friend or true family member, that should be water under the bridge because you've already built something.
Absolutely.
And if a little bit of words or a little bit of disagreement can tear you apart, then maybe you were never my friend in the first place.
Yeah,
or maybe you didn't have good intentions or whatever.
Or just didn't have a good foundation,
Right.
To build upon, because we are dealing with different things, insecurities,
Most
and
definitely.
things like that, and sometimes triggers.
Yeah, true, definitely.
So something could have happened
Yes.
that trigger a deeper hurt inside, and it's not so much you or this incident per se, but a band-aid been ripped
Right.
up off of something that was trying to heal or never healed before. And we have to learn how to communicate. We have to learn how to communicate. It's hard sometimes.
And communicate
but
better. You know what I mean? Or even, and that's what I don't understand either. Like you cannot be speaking to a person and then something happens, and then you're the first person on their timeline saying, "Oh my God, I loved her. You don't want to miss her." Da da da. But when you could have called and said that, or got past, the water under the bridge, then everything would have been fine.
Yeah.
But then you're looking at the person, prayerfully from a spiritual point of view, and you like, really, like seriously. Like, stop it.
And it be the small little petty things that we allow to
intercept our friendships and loved ones.
Yeah.
There are families who don't even speak to
and
each
haven't
other.
spoke in
Makes
years,
no sense. For
in
what?
years over a petty
Right.
misunderstanding. I know somebody that haven't spoke to their sibling in about, I don't know, I want to say at least 8 years.
Oh wow. That's too long. You know what I mean? Like a couple of days, fine. Maybe even a couple of weeks. But when you get into like months or whatever, it's just poor trash. It's trash. And then when you look on their timeline, and that's one of the things they claim that they'll never do. Oh, I'm always gonna be down with mine, whatever. And then you realize this person ain't down me, they lying.
Now you know what I have a problem with. I have a problem with if we have a misunderstanding. I have a problem with somebody being dismissive.
Right. We don't over the misunderstanding. Right. Like it don't like oh,
whatever.
Whatever.
And I don't want to hear about it.
I don't want to hear about it. But if the other person still needs to discuss it,
I'm not healed over here.
To get past it.
I'm still hurt.
Right. I'm still, excuse me, hello. Yeah. I'm still bothered a little bit by this.
Can we discuss this?
No, but then on the other hand, you have other people who are like, well, why we gotta keep discussing it? Because it's not resolved. It's not resolved. It's not subtle. Right.
It's not subtle yet. So
and then you're asking me to just dismiss it as if it was nothing.
Exactly.
And to me, it's still something. So I take friendship like a marriage too.
That's
like
right.
You should hold it sacred and be like, you know what, we not letting XYZ come between us or whatever. But you have some people who feel like, but on the same token, I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry, I apologize because I or you have no right, just like that person may feel like we should just get over it or whatever and just move on. They may take longer to heal with the situation than we do. You know what I'm saying? Like some people take longer to heal a situation. They may take a week or 2 weeks. They may need to really think about what was said or whatever, and then reach out to you. But then there are others who could just roll with it. Like, you know what? It was yesterday. I'm good, whatever. Or it was last week. It was 2 weeks ago. I'm good now. Listen, XYZ. They just pick up the phone and call you and pick up where it left off. But you have some people who drag it on and on forever. And it's like, what? You know what I mean?
No,
that happened
it's
3
a
months
difference.
ago. It's 2 months ago.
Here's the thing. Somebody throwing it up in your face of something that you thought was resolved or y'all agreed to be resolved. Girl. And then somebody not getting over is two different things, because you don't want the opposite of somebody being dismissive. They're being
they dismiss it, but then as soon as you have another
see what happened is if you don't
unreasoning, right? It's the first thing they throw up,
right? So it's like
I dislike that totally. It's like I call that immaturity.
It is
because
emotional.
I feel like it's very immature.
It is emotional, a level of a lack of emotional intelligence. It is. What happens is sometimes we don't know the words.
Right.
And I get like that too, because I'm considering how I want to say this to this person because I care for this person.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to measure my words and not on no fake stuff, because I can go whichever way. Right. It's just that I value you. So I want to be careful about my words.
Right.
I'm not talking about embellishing, euphemism. I'm not talking about BS.
Right.
I'm saying I value you, so I don't want to further the misunderstanding. So let me
Correct.
gather my thoughts. Or I don't want to talk about it right now because I'm too angry.
But say
and
that.
I may
You know,
say
but
something.
say that though.
But
don't
just
leave it as dismissive
and say, I don't
behavior
want to talk about
and
it right
leaving
now.
it hanging in the air for days or weeks.
Yeah.
Just be honest and say,
Can we
Right.
table this? Can we talk about this another day?
You know, when I'm more focused.
And it has to be an agreement. Well, can I just say one thing? And you could think it over. You don't have to give me an answer right now. But can I just say one thing? I was hurt because of blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And if the people want to, if they have the energy to continue the conversation, yes. But don't just say, I don't want to hear it and that's it. And
or you don't answer their call or you don't respond, because it leaves it hanging and the other person could feel like you're really being dismissive when really you could have a lot going on yourself right now. But how many seconds is it going to take just to call, pick up the phone or shoot a text and say that, no, you know what, it's not like this, but you know, I got a lot going on right now. I'm gonna talk to you next week when I'm free of all this right here. You know, have a conversation because you're an adult. But if you're in a table child's mind, you know, if you're at the preschool table, I understand. You know what I mean? I understand. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who
I don't have the words right now.
School bus. There are a lot of people who sit at the preschool table, and I do understand. But then there are a lot of people who feel like, oh, you know what? She don't get it.
Right, but I won't get it unless you can.
Unless you communicate.
You have to communicate. And what happened is we both can be speaking English, but it may sound
different
like
language.
A different language because I'm not getting it. And I'm real good with saying, I'm sorry, I don't get it. I'm sorry. Are you saying this?
I don't get it.
I'm going to throw it back. I know this is my show. Let me make sure I understand this. Are you saying this? Am I getting this right? Because before I go left or think it's something else, and I rarely go left. So when I go left, it's
I try to stay positive and focused.
So I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Right, exactly. What do you say? And through text is harder because when you read into text and emails, sometimes people read it the wrong energy. And it's not even like that. But I feel like if you know the person, then you should know the email or the text and what concept it's coming from.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like to go negative first. Like, oh, they look at, I know me sometimes, I'll look at a text from somebody and be like, no, they didn't. Just say that. But they could have meant it in a good way. But the way I'm reading it is like, no, you didn't.
But I had an experience like that with a very close friend. We like family. And I said, are you saying blah, 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 blah? Because I'm pretty assertive. I'm nice, but I'm assertive. Like, what are you saying? So they was like, you can't read emotions. And what happened is you can't, but we know each other. This is somebody that's extremely close. We like family. So I was like, okay, let me ponder this.
Right.
So I'm not going to take it for granted one way or the other. I'm just going to ask. Yeah. And then later on, the person was like, I'm dealing with some stuff. And I honestly think that it had something to do with it, but they just didn't want to position it that way or say anything, just didn't want to deal with it or open up about that at that moment.
And that's fine.
And I could be wrong, but that's what I took out of it. So I was like, I'm just going to be patient and just, you know, but at least I put it out there. Like, is everything okay? Are you angry with me? Did I do something?
Right.
Or whatever? Because I want to be accountable for what I did.
Right, exactly.
Because
and some people own it and some people don't. You know what I mean? Like, you can have some words.
I just think, honey, it's
easier to communicate. Exactly. Because I feel like even if you have a little disagreement with someone, you have a disagreement with them, and then all of a sudden it's like it's a fallout. Right. And I'm like, well, why? Right? How do we get here? You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be a fallout. Right. It should be more of a, you know what? I'm over there. This what happened. This what happened. Let's move on. You know what I mean? Or if you're not over it, I apologize that you're not over the situation or whatever. Let's give it a couple of days, and you know, maybe we will revisit it, or maybe we'll just let it go altogether and just keep moving forward. But
once we agree to let it go,
let it go. Don't keep bringing it up. Exactly. Or the next day, or the next 2 weeks, or the next disagreement, you turn around and be like, I remember when you did XYZ a couple of months ago. How old
We're
are
not gonna
we?
play-
How old are
yeah,
we?
We're not doing that.
Do you need a Tootsie Pop? Do you need a Tootsie Pop? Wait a minute. You need a ring pop? Let me give you a ring pop because it's immaturity at a certain level. And you can't do that at this age. We need more.
Not in the 50s. I'm sorry.
Exactly. And I apologize. I didn't really post, about the topic house. I didn't do a lot of promotion this weekend and stuff. I was really tired. My mind was exhausted from last week. My mind was still on last week. So a lot of things happened last weekend, and it just really, we got through Wednesday after it happened, but it was still on my mind. Then I got blessed with so much good things happening that I couldn't even complain or anything. And that's why, yes, I decided to go ahead with the show today, because I realize spiritually, again, we are in a spiritual warfare, and I refuse to let the enemy win. I refuse. I have so many blessings to be grateful for. So because of that, I have to move forward. Even if you out there end up watching the take of the show, the replay. Look at my wording, because I'm still messed up in the head a little bit over some things, but I'm good though. So when you watch the replay, prayfully it gives you some, energy and positivity to let you know that you're not the only one going through things. We're going through things too. We try to always stay motivated and positive, because even if you go negative, it's not to say you'll never go negative. People do go negative for a minute, and it's nobody's fault. We do control our own actions and our own attitude and our own mannerism. Yes. But sometimes, again, nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? You can't sit up there and be like, it's good for me to mess up, but you got to be perfect.
Yeah, no. You get a pass, I get a pass. If I get a pass, you get a pass.
Exactly. That's the way it should be. And no matter, in spite of all forgiveness, you should always forgive. No matter, it's not going to take away anything from you. It just releases you from the negative energy. I'm not letting anybody go negative on me. You can stay in that negative space as long as you want to. I'll forgive you, because I'm going to wake up with God with a clean slate. I'm not keeping that on my heart. I refuse to let things harden my heart. That's just who I am. And I expect the same from other people. But other people, when they're not you, what do you want to do? Like, I'm supposed to walk around with negativity?
Well, I appreciate, but I don't expect. Like, it's only one D, just only one inch.
That's true.
But I would appreciate some reciprocation of respect. And we should have boundaries. So I would appreciate that.
We all should have boundaries.
Don't be disrespectful to me, please. Let's just be cordial about this. Let's discuss this and keep it moving. You know what I mean? And then we can laugh about don't be disrespectful. Okay. And then we can laugh about this later on. And I think that a lot of people take the basics for granted.
They do.
They take the basics for granted. Like, really, chivalry is still in. Thank you. No, thank you. Please.
Mannerism.
I had mannerisms.
Go pick up bringing etiquette back.
That's right.
Okay.
Pick up bringing etiquette back by your girl Angela Smith and Angela M. Smith. Excuse me. Okay, I shouldn't forget that. I have the same middle initial, so I shouldn't forget that.
She does, yes.
But yeah, I just think that if we have more respect with each other, and we can.
And you're right too, and not expecting someone to really forgive you. I appreciate it if you do forgive me, but if you choose not to, and see, I'm a very vocal person, so I like to just get it over with. Like, if you have a problem with me, I'd rather you tell me you have a problem than to just dismiss me. Especially if we have a friendship.
Yeah, I'd rather get it. Let's just discuss it and get it out of the way.
Because we're friends, you, out of all people, should be able to address me that way. Or if you're feeling some kind of way. I got one girlfriend, I swear she blocks everybody every time she feels negative energy or misunderstanding. And that's fine. But by the time you unblock and you're ready to come back, now I don't want to accept you, because I feel like you keep abandoning the friendship.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean?
Suppose I need you.
Yeah, I might need you. Like, I needed a friend the other day. I wanted to share some good news and I couldn't, and it bothered me. So then I'm like, Wow.
You're so shady. That's that Gemini stuff.
It is. It is.
She is so shady. But I let her know when she's shady. Yeah, okay, whatever, Ange, whatever.
We Gemini.
She be trying to
it's
make
already
up-
2 of us,
She
and
be
then
trying
we
to make
got
up
the
some
4.
BS excuses. I be like, bye.
It is
stop
what it is.
it.
It is what it
So damn moody.
I'm gonna eat a piece of fruit on it.
So damn moody.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. And I
Here
don't
you
know
go.
what it is. I'm surrounded by all these
I'm gonna shut my
Geminis.
mouth with this mango.
And I'm sorry, I know some of us don't believe in signs and stuff, and I don't either to a degree. I do think there is a correlation though. I do think there's some type of pattern and connection there.
You know
And
why?
I don't know why I'm keep gravitating to
Because
these,
all her Gemini friends
these Gemini
are like me. Okay. But evidently she gets along with us because most of her friends are Geminis. So if we shady,
No, I'm just a little crazy. I might be a little Lulu or something, or a glutton for punishment or something. I don't know what it is.
If we shady, she's shadier.
No, I'm not.
And you know what's funny?
No, I'm not.
Wait a minute.
No, I always be the
What's your
mediator.
sign?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, see, Leos and Virgos got issues.
I will agree with that Virgos thing.
They got issues. Sorry if you're a Virgo out there, but some of them,
sorry.
and you know what's funny?
Sorry. We're not trying to offend anyone.
not bad issues.
We're not trying to offend anyone.
Because Gemini's got issues too, and so do Leo. I think everybody.
You know what it is? I think
As they always call Gemini's two-faced, but honestly, everybody's two-faced. We're just more outgoing with it. If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. Normally, and sometimes I don't hide it. It's not. I don't hide it well. Like on my face when I don't like
got
someone,
strong
it's
personalities, but I'm
It's
cool
bad.
with the strong
I
personality.
can't hide it.
Because
If I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm not eating nothing from you. I'm not drinking nothing from you. I'm not taking nothing from you. If I don't like you, I'm woman enough to address the issue and just tell you, I don't like you. I don't like your energy. I don't like your vibe. I'm good. So that's where it stands. And a lot of people hate the vocalism, but it is what it is. I just stand behind it because when I was younger, I was afraid to even tell people no. You know what I mean? I didn't like rejection. So I'll be like, I will always want to help somebody. And when they would ask me for something, I'd be like, okay. You know what I mean? I didn't want to say no. But then when I had the chance to re-examine my whole life, ask me something now, and I don't want to do it. No.
Well, I had issues. It's going to
look. N-O. Hell no. I practice real good now. Oh, you want? Oh, really? No. Oh, you want that? Oh, hell no. Because
no. You
gotta have boundaries. You know what I mean? Boundaries. You gotta set them. Sometimes, like we were talking about before, in friendship, we give people 100, then it goes, to 75, 50,
start off at 100.
And then 0.
Okay.
Once you get to 0, I ain't messing with you no more. I'm not. You cut. That's it. And I think I put a post on my story. If you're gonna cut me out your life, use the biggest scissors that you can find. Right. Because this MF right here, I won't be back. You don't have to worry about it. I won't be. Bottom line, because it's a matter of respect. Yep. And if you feel like it's that easy, and we've already come here and we've earned it, then guess what? If it's that easy for you, I don't need you. And I stick to another saying. I ask God in my prayers, remove anything unlike you. Remove anything from me that you don't want around me. So when you get removed, I just say that my prayer was answered. That's what I do. And I never put a name or face to it. Never. But people just show you who they are.
Right.
And once they do, it is what it is. But I consider myself a good friend though. I really do. I try to go above and beyond, but that's too crazy sometimes too. Well, but spiritually, I try to be Christ-like. I do. Spiritually, I try to be Christ-like. And I try to figure out what could I do to make me better each day? I don't worry about other people, what they should do or bring to the table. I look inside myself. That's why when I give majority of my events, they're free. Because I knew how it was when I was younger, raising 2 boys as a single parent and not having, some accessibility to things due to money. So that's why I do mostly free events, because I feel like, the give back is real and no one should want to keep to themselves, or nobody should want or be expecting money for everything. Exactly. So
we connect on that level because
Excuse me.
we're spiritual, we're God fearing,
right,
and we're caring. So we
Mhm.
connect on that level, and we have a lot of respect for each other.
definitely.
I think that I was trying to make a point, like
Mhm. Oh, I know.
I think a lot of
1 minute.
I think a lot of people get a misunderstanding because they get
spirituality.
so well. No, it's a few things because we talked about a few things. I think what happens is people are afraid of when you're honest and you are or assertive. They feel like it's brash or it's harsh or things like that. Maybe Leos have that reputation. I'm very conscious of how I convey myself.
Right.
If it gets ugly like that, trust me, you didn't back me up in the wall because that's just not my demeanor.
Right.
And I used to have the need to please everyone type of mentality.
Exactly.
But it has a lot to do with well, I'll go into that another time. But I think that if we're all respecting each other and we all have that spirit of generosity and that spirit of love thy neighbor,
Right.
you know, whether you're a spiritual person, a religious person, or whatever.
Oh, wait
like,
a minute.
what?
Nancy Everett, she said Leo's crazy.
Listen,
Nancy, that's right.
It.
That's what I think too.
It. I think Leos are crazy. You got to put it in the context. You got to put it in the context.
Wait, Nancy. What kind of crazy? What kind of?
Yeah, and what you talking about? The men are crazy, or the women are crazy?
Oh wait, that's
like,
a good question. The men or the women, Nancy?
What's she trying to say? I think that I can get crazy. I do have that in me, but I have to be backed up against the wall.
Okay.
I have seriously, I don't know if it's just me, maybe, or is it a Leo thing? I don't know.
It's a Leo thing.
No. I am very kind and generous, and I try not to talk that way. I'd rather other people say I'm kind or I'm generous and things like that than me say it, because it sounds like it's some fake stuff. But that's not true. I honestly listen, my attribute is Khadija, and I honestly live up to that. I'm not perfect, but I honestly try and live up to that. Anybody that know me know I would give you the shirt off on my back. I really will. I really will. I don't get easily flustered. I don't get easily upset, things like that. It takes a lot to get me upset. It really does. So I don't know how we get to be crazy. No, I ain't get no melons. I don't like I only eat the watermelons if this is I'm sorry, you know, I like mangoes. These are mangoes. This is not this is not what you like. You like the cantaloupe. No, I don't really like it. I eat it, but I don't really like cantaloupe like that. And I only like the mangoes. All right, mangoes. It looks like cantaloupe from the side, but it's mangoes. I love mangoes. But
I told them no melon for you.
Sorry. That's right. No, I didn't get any melon. Mangoes not in the melon for you.
Oh, damn, see, I ain't know that.
Playing with me now.
I know too. Like a damn. Oh, sorry. See, I forget we in Topic House. Look, it looks the way it's cut like a melon.
It does. It looks like a cantaloupe.
Yeah,
it does. It looks like a cantaloupe, but no, I will black out.
Oh, I don't like them blackout people. I do not like the blackout people.
Crazy. That's only if you get me up to like, come on, you back me up.
I don't like the blackout.
No, that's a different.
That's a different. I do not like the blackout people.
No, that's a different kind of version of me. That's a different kind of version.
So that's your other side.
Yeah, I will. I mean, sorry. I will. It's nice as I am.
And see how like good example. I know with myself.
That's very seldom. I can count on one hand, and I'm 55. 55.
Right. And see me,
I count on one hand.
What I do? I'm the type of person that whatever I could say behind your back, but I try not to talk behind people's back. But whatever I say behind your back, I can own it in front of your face.
I can own it.
Because that's how I am.
That's right.
Like I'm a realist.
That's
right. And it's like, yo, whatever I say about you, I could confront you with it. Because and I tell people all the time, if you go back and tell a person that I said XYZ, make sure that you let them know you said ABC. And that's why I said XYZ. Right. But when you come to me, I'm gonna be able to let you know, that's exactly what I said. Okay. You know, or if they miss something, I'm the type that'll say, wait a minute. That,
and I also said, let's clear it all up now that we're talking about it.
Because I don't do he say, she say. I can't stand it. Never have, never will. You know, like we're at an age where I feel like we should be respected and own what you say as a woman or a man and within your character.
Right.
I feel like
now I can say, well, was I out of line? This is what happened. You think I was out of line? You know, maybe I want some advice on it. But it's not about so and so did this or so and so did that. No, I'm not that drama. I'm not like that. I'm not into drama. And then he say, she say, because I really, really value my friendships, and I don't have that many friends.
Me either.
I have a few associates. Hey, girl, but I don't have that many people who I call my friends. So if I call you my friend, like I really, really value you, and I'm very loyal, and I protect you. I protect that friend. That's right. I protect
as a friend too. You know what I mean? Yeah, not no XYZ. Like, and even if we're having,
and if I act dumb, girl, I don't know about that. Really. Because we ain't gonna go there. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna have that kind of discussion. So, you know, I could be coy about it, or I could just tell you off. But let me be coy about it because that person is so much nicer. Like, you know, like, I can't get crazy. I'm gonna be honest. But
I used to think this guy, you know what he used to always tell me, even when we would get into an argument, he'd be like, "You get more flies for shit than honey." And I'm saying, well, why gotta be flies anyway? Why can't it be shit? You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't you just? I'm like this. Well, why can't you just bring the roses? Yeah, you know what I mean? That was always my interception, you know, of him. I used to be like, so now, like years later, he came back trying to talk to me, and that's all I could think of in my head. So I was like, no, I'm good. Cause I don't want no shit and I don't want no flies. I'm at the point in my life, I want nothing but honey. I want it to be sweet.
I want the sweetness. Sorry, I want the sweetness, and I will give it back to you then some. And I will give it back to you then some. I just want the sweetness. I don't like all that.
So I look for people's good side, and I pick their good point of views and everything, and I appreciate them all the time. I want my flowers while I'm here.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? I don't want them when I'm gone. I want them while I'm here.
Yes.
So
yes, high five, girl. High five, girl. High five, girl. Now.
And you can tell. So, and I'm gonna just say this nicely. Now. So sometimes it doesn't matter what, you know, religion you share, friendships and stuff. Think about it. We all want the same things.
That's right.
So that's why we were saying earlier when we started off with the violence thing, like it's just not. It's not right. You know, we have to love and respect each other on this earth because with our short time here.
That's right.
You know,
because it's going to be a blinking of an eye.
What if this is only a test? And what if we do end up somewhere else?
Okay. And this is a non-Islamic country, so I know more people know about that. You gotta recompense. Right. You gotta pay. So y'all know about, y'all read that book. Y'all know what's in the book. Hey, y'all know because I came through Christianity before I became Muslim. So, you know, we all gotta pay. We all gotta compensate and pay for our deeds, good and bad.
You brought up something earlier that's really important. What I do not understand is you're right. They took prayer out of school, but they'll let you do like a moment of silence.
But even if we're going to have a moment of silence, I think that the verbiage should be have a moment of silence for something bigger than yourself. I don't know if that, you know, it may not sound politically correct, but I'm saying whatever you believe in, there is a higher power.
Right.
If you are an atheist, you believe in a process. You believe if I work real hard, I'll get what I need to get and all that kind of stuff. So that means still, that's what you believe in, your thought. Right. So let's take a pause for that. Because when it's all said and done, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be. And we all going to know at the end of this, you know, none of us was dead, met the creator and came back and lived to tell about it and all of that. But I do believe in structured religion and being conscious and being aware and being accountable. You know, I do believe that structure gives you some level of accountability and some level of pause. Oh goodness, at the end of the day, I really do want to go to Jenna. I really do want to go to heaven. Right. So it gives you some pause. Not that you're going to be perfect and all of that, but it does give you some pause. It does.
And like I said too, none of us are perfect. That's how that's really with me, even way back. That's how KIL kind of emerged because I realized, you know, knowledge is learned. I'm not perfect. And if there's something you can tell me, or if gift wise, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, if there's something that I can learn from you, then I'm going to learn it. I'm going to leave that door always open.
That's right.
I don't feel like even with like not to bring up my personal, but even with job security, I'm not holding nothing. I want you to be just as good as I am. And I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. So even if I was a manager over you and you had a question, I want to be able to answer it or do it. I want to know your job and I want to train you mine. Because guess what? I may be blessed with another position one day. I want you to be a reflection of the manager I was to you and say, you know what? Damn, she taught me a lot. She ain't hold nothing. Oh, Miss Angela taught me that or whatever. Because you know what? That's how you should want to be. You should not want to leave this world selfish.
That's right.
You should want other people to be knowledgeable of what you have learned and how far you have come. There are entrepreneurs out here with plenty of experience and knowledge to give you. And there are other entrepreneurs that are going to what? Follow in their footsteps. Because they're going to be like, this is what I did. You don't have to do exactly what I did. But guess what? I want you to be just as good as I am one day with your product. Or with your dream. Why are we withholding? There's enough for all of us.
We do encourage each other, and that's such a blessing.
And it feels beautiful to encourage someone. It's like almost like oh, dang, she's doing what I did. I remember when I first started. Let me tell you how to do this, or let me show you how to do that, so that you don't have a harder time than I did. But you have some people out there who are so selfish that they'll say things like this: "Oh, ain't nobody helped me do it. So I ain't helping you do it."
Angie got real busy when I was doing a book. But one thing she did was she said, Deej, you can do it. She kept encouraging me. And I was nervous because it was my first time, but I kept pushing ahead.
Well, some things when you do it on your own, you know it now. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and
but,
even
but if I text her, woke up 2 o'clock in the morning, which was seldom,
sure did.
But she'd be
it there. Was seldom, but she did.
But I did.
But and then we'll be texting for the next 3 hours. It wasn't just one text, okay? But it's all good.
But she was,
and she's not the only one. But sometimes if I'm busy on something, I try to make time. I'm not gonna lie. And the reason why I'm saying this right now is because I have so many people, even in my inbox, asking me for things like that. And all I can do is give you the quickest knowledge that I can and keep it moving, because my mind, unfortunately, is boggled with my own personal stuff I got going on, along with the business stuff, along with my job. See, I work and I'm an entrepreneur, and you know what I mean? So it's not like I have a lot of time. Like,
but we discussed this before. Sometimes you don't need a lot though.
Yeah.
Their encouragement
is enough sometimes.
Their encouragement was wonderful. And I was like, okay.
Because even with this, I'm putting her out there, Sheila Clinton, she's a very good author. She's a poet and an author. She writes poetry. And what happened with we used to see each other every day on a train going into the city on the 8th and Market. And one day I whipped out my book and she's like, oh, you wrote a book? And I'm like, yeah, but I told her about it recently, like I was going to do it. This was my first book, Lost and Found. And I gave it to her. I autographed it to her and everything. And she was like, after she read it, she said that was more of her motivation to bring out her book.
Exactly.
You know, and I really respected that, because our talks on the train in the morning, even though they were brief, just motivated her to, oh, you know what, Dad, and you did this. I know I can do this.
Yeah,
and she did
she
it.
does encourage me to get started with my book.
Yeah,
and I wrote a little bit.
She got a story to tell. She got a story.
But I'm sidetracked right now, helping somebody else do something. Just that I
can be honest. Right now, I'm writing voicemail, a book named Voicemail. I might change the name. I'm not gonna lie, but right now that's the name of it. It's called Voicemail.
You gotta keep it Voicemail. I was telling somebody about this. Angie Gray come out with this book, Voicemail.
Yeah. So Voicemail will be dropping, and I'm gonna put the date out there very shortly. But I'm also doing a book called Reset 2022.
Yes.
For a lot of reasons.
Yes.
Like a lot of, and imagine 2022 not over, but I think I want to drop that book on January 1st, 2023. Reset 2022.
Yeah, 2022 was a reset year for me too. It really was. A lot of changes, a lot of good example, things going on, a lot of positive energy, but also a lot of negative things have happened. Well, a lot of negative things have happened. However, it depends on how you handle it. So the reset part, she didn't discuss this part about the book, but I'm imagining that the reset part is how you overcome, how you turn it around, how you start over, how you reset. So that's a wonderful idea.
And the thing is too, guess what? I don't want 2023
To be like 2022. That's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. With a lot of things that I've still,
Absolutely.
wait a minute, thought I learned lessons from already, but hadn't. You see what I mean? I'm gonna go there
Yeah.
because sometimes again, we set boundaries, then we move into new situations
Yeah.
and people get you twisted,
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
So, and then you gotta,
Because they keep playing these little subtle, passive, aggressive
and it's
games.
and manipulation. And manipulation.
It's a form of manipulation.
Right.
It's a
So
form
just
of
when you think you got out of some manipulations
Okay,
from
okay.
wait,
And you
from
were like-
COVID 2019 and all that. And see me, I'm gonna tell you the main reason for reset 2022. I almost lost my life in 2020 behind COVID.
Yep, behind
Then
COVID.
2021 was still a struggle
Yeah.
because of the
aftermath
the
of all that,
emotional and
emotional.
things after COVID. And then here we are in 2022.
And we haven't discussed a lot of things that happened last week. I don't really think we should, really.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I don't
we
think
are not.
should discuss it, but
but
we
it's
were
in
faced
20,
with-
it's in 2022 reset though. I'm not gonna lie. It's there
It's
already.
Yeah.
Mentally is there. The whole, actually, guess what? The whole scenario, even though all the names will be changed, the place will be changed, the whole thing
That was crazy.
is crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
what we
just
did.
crazy.
Crazy. So
And not even that. I'm even tell it one
that's
more.
just a piece of the.
A month before that, I had a bad car accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And totaled a vehicle. Like stuff is crazy. But even though we got 3 more months, I told November, so 3 more months left in 2022.
2022.
I'm already writing.
2021 to 2022 were doozies. Oh my!
But I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna start off. The book gonna start off in 2020, but it's reset 2022.
That's right.
Right.
That's
So
right.
y'all can look for that.
Yeah.
The one thing about me, unfortunately, I don't really party a lot. If you see me, I kind of pop in and pop out. I do push KL knowledge is learn. But the one thing about me, my downtime is always writing. I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't watch a lot of movies. I do sometimes, but when I don't feel like it, I'm writing. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm praying or writing. You have to stay positive, focused, and really want to do the things that, your spirituality guides you to, like your purpose. So if I know that telling a story is my purpose, even if it touches one person, I'm going to write it. I'm going to tell it. And eventually when you see me out, I'll probably mention some of whatever that book and any other book that I've written and what I was going through, because that's really what it's for. And even if it touches one person, you got to keep moving. I don't know who's going to touch, but God does. So when it touches that person, I feel fine to know that, to let that person know that you're not the only person going through this. I went through this too. You're not the only person who, like I tell everybody, tell your story, because your story may be a #1 bestseller.
That's right.
Just because mine wasn't, don't mean yours is going to be. And just because mine wasn't this month doesn't mean it's ever going to be.
Right. I want to tell my story because I honestly believe that somebody will benefit from my story. Furthermore, I had to break a 3-generational cycle. It was a lot of things that they had going on, and I just want to convey it where people get the message, and it's not about blaming, finger pointing, and all that kind of stuff. Stuff happens in life. It is what it is, and we have to the best of our ability, take the good out. Just take the good out and throw all the other stuff that does not serve you. Throw all that other stuff away. But we always want to grow and evolve, right. And to be the best person that we can be. Yeah. And try to contribute to the society the best way you can, and encourage each other. That's what it's about. Find your niche, find your passion. If you go out there and find your niche and your passion and be creative, then you don't have to hate, envy. You don't have to let that evil spirit when you don't have to be going through a lot of unnecessary grief and overthinking, overcompensating, because you're stuck on thinking this is what you have to do, be the extra to make it. It's just be yourself.
And there's no need to keep up
And
with the Joneses. There
for
isn't.
sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Live within your means and be happy within your means. Because sometimes the Joneses are losing sleep trying to keep what they got. You know what I mean? So trying to keep up with them makes no sense. I want a good night's sleep. So
Right.
that's what I thrive to do. I pray for everyone before I go to bed and everything. I pray for everybody when I wake up. If I wake up in the middle of the night, again, I pray. Because I figure God is trying to speak to me.
That's right.
And I allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So I just want to say to all y'all out there, you know, keep it real, stay positive, stay focused. If you got a dream, no matter what job you got, keep focusing on your dream, because
That's
it's
right.
better to work for, you know that old saying that if you work in something that you really love, then it's not like going to work at
It's
all,
not like
right?
work,
You're doing
right.
what you want to do and you're getting
Yeah.
paid for it. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So just keep aiming for that, you know. And again, if you got friends, I'm happy for you. I don't have that many. I got 5. My circle's so damn small. Look. But you know what my biggest circle is? My biggest circle is the Creator, is God.
That's right.
My faith is in Jesus Christ. That's my biggest faith. That is my greatest motivation, my biggest motivation. And even though I'm still going through the aftermath of COVID, because I am, you know, I still can't feel sometimes. You know, I only feel bad pain. I won't feel whatever. I just want to say to y'all, stay motivated, focused, keep it moving.
Yeah, because a lot of people have had COVID, don't know they had COVID. A lot of people know they have COVID and do not know the aftermath and the consequences of their COVID. So things are affecting you. You don't know why, and you don't know why you're getting this feeling, or why you're getting this. You can't do some of the things like you used to do. And so take care of yourself.
Yes,
we have to
definitely.
get back to taking care of ourselves, not only physically by going to the gym and things like that, but emotionally
and mentally.
feeding yourself the right things, being around the right type of people to get that positive energy.
And feed yourself
and
positivity,
right.
Because when
Journal,
you feel that,
meditate.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Meditate, definitely. And write it down.
Write it down.
But when you feel that, just like positive energy gives you all that energy, negative energy hurts your body, brings you down, causes you sickness, everything. You must stay motivated and positive.
You want to go to bed and not get up, and you don't want to wash and all kinds of stuff. Listen, I know about that.
We always need to
I know
smell
about
good.
the
I'm
devil.
a hugger.
I know about the devil trying to steal your joy. And the devil trying to steal your mind, and the devil trying to steal
let him
your
win.
Spirit. So whatever you believe in, you know, Allah, Jesus Christ, whatever you believe in. Of course, I'm a Muslim. I want everybody to be Muslim. She Christian. She want everybody to be Christian. But believe in whatever you believe in that's going to get you to where you need to be and give you that peace, that heart, and that peace of mind, that true sakeen, that really true tranquility. You can only get that when you having some level of connection with the Creator. I can't speak to an atheist. I don't know about that. But yeah, I don't know about that. But you know, if you're a spiritual person and you feel like, well, I know God exists, but I don't want to follow all these rules and regulations, whatever your twist is, your thing is, just pursue that in level of love and peace and kindness,
right?
Because you're going to get back what you putting out.
Yes, in the universe. That is so true. And spiritually, so like we said, there is a spiritual warfare going on wherever you are in it. Prayfully you're on the right side, and when things go down, prayfully you're
on the right side.
Well, yeah,
prayerfully
I already know if certain things happen, I know what I'm doing, and I ain't gonna be one of the ones looking around like what's going on. I know already. So I want you to know too. So if you're in a spiritual warfare like we are, because we all are, you know, pick up your books, read it, do what you got to do. Yeah. Stay prayed up, pray for your family, because one person can change everything. Pray for your family.
Right.
Trust me, your prayers, they work too.
Prayers
right,
count.
They work.
Prayers matter. Yeah. Prayers matter.
So next week in the Topic House, we'll probably pick up on some of this topic, but we'll get more deeper. Who knows? I don't know yet. Could change my mind. Don't know yet, but you already know the Topic House is going to be on Wednesday, 7 p.m. on Sedora Radio.
Hey, and this is Crystal, aka Deej.
This is your girl, Angel Wrights. And thank you for joining us in the Topic House. We're out.